Hello, everybody. We are live. I'm Ruki, coming all the way from Malgedera in Kalapalua, Rajagiri. And then I have two guests today. Um, I have this lovely lady, Yasodhara Patanjali, who's an artist and a life coach, uh, mother, and then she's a consultant to social media consultant to a couple of other companies. And then we have Kamal Jatilaka. Kamal Jatilaka is a fitness coach, and now he's helping out people to change their lifestyles. Kamal, Yasudhara, give us a minute. We need to get the basics ready. Yeah, because that is right. I can see the feed on 361 degrees page. අපි පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න වෙනවා අපි මේක අපි අනිත් feeds වලට share කරගන්න ගමන් අපි
Sure.
Give us a minute. Kamal, how's your day like? Kamal, if you could explain what your day like is. කොහොමද දවස වෙච්ච උනේ කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් අපිට කිව්වොත් එහෙම අපිට දාලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට අපේ ඉන්න කට්ටියත් 11 දෙනෙක් විතර මේ වෙනකොට අවිල්ලා ඉන්න about 11 people, and they should be able to understand who you are and all that.
Okay, basically, like I'm not a person who watch TV that much, but these days, like around 6-7 hours, like I'm having a movie title. So thanks to that, having a little bit of
ඒ මොකද්ද අපි ඒ මොකද්ද ඒ කියපු කතාව මට තේරුණා පොඩ්ඩක් අපි කට්ටියට තේරෙන භාෂාවෙන් කිව්වොත් එහෙම.
normally මම ටිකක් TV බලනවා ටිකක් අඩුයි. ඒත් මේ ටිකේ like ගොඩක් leisure time තියෙන ඉඳන් පොඩ්ඩක් රෑ වෙනකන් movies බලනවා. I'm not a series fan, but like now I got addicted to a series and now I'm watching that. I think morning 1 o'clock වගේ තමයි නිදාගන්නේ. නිදාගෙන ඉතින්
මොකක්ද බලන series එක?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
So it's good, no? Like it's like what we're having now. They're trying to go for survival. ඉතින් ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් බලනවා. So ඊට පස්සේ like I'm getting up around 8 o'clock, 8:30, having breakfast.
Yeah. So do you do any workout related online consulting and all that?
Yes. So like what we do, Ruki, normally like we go with our normal pattern. So we have classes. We have 6 days classes for a week. So still our clients are used to train for that time. So like we have like what we want.
Morning day.
Yeah. So like if you are like most of the time we have the working crowd. So like still they have kept their evening time as usual time for training time. So now the most important thing: sleeping, eating, working, and they are waiting for this time to go for a change, to see friends, like that.
Yasudhara, we have a couple of people who have joined us so far. We would be getting into the real discussion in a couple of minutes. Yasudhara, would you mind introducing yourself and then talk about a little bit of your art and then all about the art therapy related coaching that you have been doing recently?
Okay. First of all, Kamal, can you send me the link to Walking Dead once you're done with this?
Sure. I'm watching on Dialogue TV.
I need you to tell me how that works. So if you can tell me that later, that would be fantastic.
Sure.
So for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Yasodhara Patanjali. I'm a British Asian artist. British Asian? British Sri Lankan. British Sri Lankan artist. So I was born and brought up in the UK, and then I moved to Sri Lanka when I was about 32. I first came into the spotlight in Sri Lanka because I painted Sri Lanka's largest painting, stroke mural, long before everybody else started painting on top everywhere. I had painted 100 square meter one, and that's how I originally became known. Snap back like forward about 2 years now. I am a designer, a visual artist, so I paint, and I also work as a creativity coach, and I use sort of artistic methods, therapeutic art methods to help people with anxiety and stress, which I hadn't done a lot of before, like sort of en masse, till the pandemic. And the whole anxiety and stress thing of this situation exploded, and whereas other people previously were kind of hesitant to talk about mental health and issues like that, now suddenly everyone's talking about it, and it's something that people are very open about. So I started offering just therapeutic art activities through my Instagram to anybody for free, on like a 7-day program, which then went on to attract a lot of people. So that kind of became like a full-time thing for me, and then I was inundated with that. But now things have got calmed down, but I'm continuing that work, trying to figure out for myself how to do that sort of online and deliver those things with the same kind of impact as I was doing before face to face. So yeah, facing those challenges and learning every day. It's been a massive learning curve.
Right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are talking about remodeling our lives. So because that it's not easy for us to go on like this. This is a fantastic opportunity. At a certain level, it's a absolute nightmare. But on the other hand, this is something that at a certain level, how depends on how we see it. අපි කොහොමද මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ දිහා දකින්නේ කියලා බැලුවොත් එහෙම එක පැත්තෙන් අපි ගෙදරටලා ඉන්න. එක පැත්තෙන් අපි remote working කරනවා. So some people say that I work too much. And some people say, okay, no, that my now even Kamal said that then ටිකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා රෑ එකට විතර වගේ නිදාගන්නේ. So we have all these challenges because our entire lifestyle has got absolutely challenged. So now within this scenario, we have an opportunity to relook at our lifestyle. So it's all about that our daily habits from morning till evening, and then what we do and what we engage in. So in order to do this, I have Kamal. Kamal had been a physical instructor, coach, now he's helping a lot of people to modify their lifestyle. So to talk about on the physical, how can you change your physical well-being, and then I have Yasodhara Patanjali, who's an artist, and in the same time that she has been advocating a lot of mental health issues related to this particular issue. She's a very vocal activist in some of the lifestyle circles. So that I'm getting Kamal and Yasodhara together to discuss. So that what we want to do is that let's get Kamal on board first, and then on and off we might have to bring in Yasodhara if you have any questions, and then we'll go to Yasodhara, and then ultimately we'll have a Q&A. So that will be the format. So this is the first time that I'm doing a FB live cast with 3 people. So that is me, Kamal, and Yasodhara. So bit of a novel experience. People who are watching us, you can ask any question that you want to. It's an open session, so that we have a little bit of some sort of an agenda. But if you have any question, that means we are willing to take it up on and answer. We have a lot of people who have joined. Thank you very much. And let's get Kamal online. Hi, Kamal. Kamal,
Hi,
now
Yes.
tell me, we'll say that I'm a potato couch, lazy bob. ඔය ෂේප් එකේ ඉඳලා ඇඟ හොරෙක් නම් මේ මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ මේ ෆිසිකල් ලයිෆ් එක වෙනස් කරගන්න මම මොනවද කරන්න ඕන?
That okay, because of I know you, like I know you are a totally different person. Because of
Yeah,
the
like,
question
yeah,
I asked, like you,
oh.
like I will come up like this. Like normally, I will ask the first thing, how's your rest? So now when you come for rest, like people ask like resting rest. No, what I mean was, how many hours you sleep for a day? Because why I always ask this question, most of the time, apita nikang hambene kare ninda. So we don't focus on this. So because of that, our stress level, our lifestyle, everything has gone upside down because of this sleeping pattern. So number
Okay.
one is sleeping pattern. Second thing, again, we are getting this free of charge, the water. We never focus on our water intake. So the second thing, I will always ask about the water thing. So third thing about the exercise part, fourth thing is diet. So when it comes for these things, yeah. So like people ask from us, what is fitness? Then you want to be fit. So when it comes for fitness, what is like
Yeah.
api ahanana fitness
the
like according to
the fitness කියලා කියන්නේ ජිම් එකට ගිහිල්ලා අර මෙහෙම කළා අර ඩම්බල් ටිකක් උස්සන එකද?
yes part of it the api components හතරක් ගන්න like according to International Sports Science Association එකේ ඒගොල්ලෝ අපිට දෙනවා criteria හතරක්. එකක් තමයි our strength, අපේ ශක්තිය, endurance, දරා ගැනීමේ ශක්තිය, and flexibility and ideal body weight. So these four components, strength, endurance, flexibility and ideal body weight. ඔය හතරම එකට ආපුවම තමයි fitness කියලා කියන්නේ. So like even that like your fitness level, my fitness is totally different. අපිට මේ කියන්න බෑ මේ ඔයා මීටර් 100ක් මේ වෙලාවට දිව්වොත් you are fit. අපි මෙච්චරක් බරක් ඉස්සුවොත් you are fit කියලා. So it depend on your person, your fitness level is different. So what we trying to do, optimize these all four components, strength, endurance, flexibility and ideal body weight. දැන් අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දකින්නේ ජිම් එකට ගිහලා රවා කියන විදියට ඩම්බල් දෙක තුනක් උස්සන එක. but ඒක fitness වල strength part එකට විතරයි ගන්න. but ඒ අමතරව endurance, flexibility and ideal body weight කියන part qualities හතරම ආපුවම තමයි අපි fitness විදියට එක දකින්නේ.
දැන් එතකොට දැන් අපිට කමල් දැන් විවිල්සේ අපි බෝන කෙනෙකුට how can is there a benchmark that I can say okay this is my fitness level type of a thing and then start my journey? ඒ වගේ මොකක් කර තියෙනවද?
එහෙම කියන්න රුකි හරියට අමාරුයි. මොකද it depends because some are slow starters. Some are very quickly they will adapt the system and they will go ahead. Like now as example, now you can be then okay components හතර ගත්තම might be you are in your අපි body mass index කියන්නේ BMI එකේ ඔයා උසත් එක්ක weight එකේ ඉන්න පුළුවන්. but your strength level, endurance level, flexibility will be not in that range. දැන් මාව ගත්ත සමහරට හතරෙම 60% විතර ඉන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. So the best thing what we do like when we come to a session we try to get these components හතර we are going to measure it.
So that if anybody goes to කුවරේ මේ fitness coach කෙනෙක් ගාවට lifestyle coach කෙනෙක් ගාවට ගියාම මේ හතර අපිට measure කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් benchmark එකක විදිහට පටන් ගන්න තැනින්.
Yes, we can do that.
දැන් ඒක ගෙදර ඉඳගෙන දැන් remotely කරන්නත් පුළුවන්ද කවල්? because I'm looking at from the current practical situation අපි remotely කරන්නත් පුළුවන්ද?
Yeah, we can do that.
එතකොට අපි benchmark එක පටන් ගන්න මෙතනින් තමයි අපි මේ මගේ මේ ideal body weight එකයි endurance එකයි ඊට මොකක්ද කිව්වේ? තව දෙකක් කිව්වා මට විශ්වාසයි. sorry.
Ideal body weight, flexibility, endurance and strength.
flexibility කියලා අපි කොහොමද පොඩ්ඩක් measure කරන්නේ? දැන් කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක්වත් මොකද්ද මේ flexibility කියලා කියන්නේ? මේ
අපි
සමහර කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ.
දැන් අපි උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි කියමුකෝ අපි හිටගෙන බිම අල්ලන්න කියලා පුළුවන් කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන් කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. දැන් ඉතින් some people can අපි torch reach කරන්න පුළුවන් සමහරක් අයට. සමහරක් අයට බෑ. so අපි එතකොට ඒක එතරේ reach එකක් විදිහට අපි ඒක ගත්තා නම් හරි. so අපි දැන් අපි උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි benchmark කරන්න කියන දැන් අපි හිතමු රුකී වා කියන like okay Kamal like from tomorrow onwards I want to train. so like now basically when it come for these then අපි දැන් මේක remote training එකක් නෑනේ. දැන් මෙච්චර කාලෙ අපි කරපු workouts යන්නේ face to face. අපි දකින්න ඔයා කරන එක අපි දකින්නවා හදනවා movements හදනවා we can correct it. but now very essential these kind of a benchmarking thing because otherwise you are on your own. we are helping you from your diet and exercises. But
Kamal, if there is somebody who's absolutely keen to do this, can you or a fitness coach like you, can they give ABCD activities to do and then timing or whatever the way, can they measure where their fitness level would be as of today?
Yes, we can do that. Is it okay if I share a small example? Now these days, like what I will do with my clients, like I will ask all of my clients 30 seconds, let me know how many push-ups you all can do.
Okay.
So now because of I'm working with them for a months and for before this thing I am working there, I know where they are standing. So now I know how they have performed. So like if
Yeah.
you think like now Rookie is training with me, and Rookie have done around 20 push-ups for 30 seconds. So if you are doing around 18, 19, above 17, I will accept it. I know Rookie, you are doing something here. So if you are going around below 15, then I know you are not keen, you haven't done. So this is this time is very essential to have this kind of a benchmark to
Right.
have your progress.
Yes. Kamal, I just want to connect with some of the people who has joined. A lot of people have joined, and Anuradha has asked a question. Anuradha, your question, I will leave it to Yasodhara because that she would be in a better position to answer that. Critically, what we are discussing about whether you could remodel your life. So remodeling in the sense is not about what you were doing before 13th of 14th of March, or else that what you have been doing. It is all about this and a fantastic opportunity. Um, we might be at home, or we might work half at office, half at home type of situation. Can we change our physical side of our body for good? So ඒක තමයි අද අපි කතා කරන්නේ. කමල් ඉන්නවා who is a fantastic fitness coach, who's a friend, who has been one of our part-time facilitators who have worked with 361 Degrees and Wild Rift. And on the other side that we have Yasodhara as well. So Yasodhara is an artist and who has been helping out a lot of people during this time. Yasodhara, you are live, so we are just showing some of the viewers who have joined us. They can see Yasodhara's face, because all this time I was not showing Yasodhara. Yasodhara, you are there. But we will come to Yasodhara in a while. Yasodhara, you want to say something about, you want to connect something to what Kamal just said about physical
Yeah,
fitness?
actually, Kamal, I have very little knowledge and understanding about the fitness world. I am one of the laziest workout people. I actually used to be well known for going to the gym with a book, and I only choose the exercises to do according to whether I can read a book while doing them. So I particularly love all the leg press machines and stuff like that, because your hands are not
So it's my,
injured.
so you are carrying a 10 kilo book, 15 kilo book type of a thing?
No, just a
Okay.
novel. No, I'm absolutely clueless about your area of expertise. But something that really struck me in what you just said was that you mentioned that the first key pointers for working out if somebody is healthy, that you check on are sleep, amount of water that they drink, their diet, and their exercise. And what's really remarkable for me, and what really kind of moved me there, is that those are the four key pointers that I check first with a client for me. So whether it's physical health or mental health, the key pointers are actually the same. And I had never struck me till you just said it, and I was thinking, wait, he's saying the same thing that I'm going to say. So it's that, for me, really, I mean, I already knew those four things were super important, but if those are your key pointers and your key way of measuring somebody's where somebody is in their journey, then it kind of amplifies just how important that is. So I just really wanted to touch on that. And the other thing that you said was that there is no sort of global standard for any of this. It's very much a personal thing, and it's about sort of customizing that journey and that wellness to each person. And I guess that's what we both do in different ways. So yeah, that's just my feedback on what you just said.
Uh, yes, Kamal, I switch on. I give this opportunity to Yasodhara to ask a question. One of our regular visitors, Anuradha, is asking, when it comes to mental health in this situation, how do you recognize whether you are getting into a depression level or a stress? Is there any way that you could identify whether somebody is getting into depression or stress type of a thing?
Yeah, so firstly, it's very important to work out that depression is a clinically diagnosed mental health condition, and isn't necessarily how a lot of people use that word. Because when you feel lethargic, when you feel low, when you are going through stress and anxiety, those are normal human feelings and experiences, and not necessarily a mental health condition. Depression is a clinically diagnosed mental health condition. So we have to be very careful with the language here to make sure that one, we are not we're not overemphasizing something. So a lot of people at the moment, what they're feeling is anxiety and stress and kind of a helplessness or being lost. Um, Whereas depression is much further down the line, and it would be unfair to say, like, as a world, that we are all experiencing depression right now. A couple of ways to work out if you are suffering from low moods, or if you're feeling low. One of the key things is, if you're unable to kind of do normal tasks that you would do. So in a day, we have a structure normally of sort of waking up, of brushing our hair, brushing our teeth, showering, eating on time, having some kind of productivity. It doesn't matter whether it seems like a big deal or not, even if it's just cleaning the house, making your bed, um, washing up. So, or any work that you're supposed to do, if you can't get motivated to do those things, if you find yourself sort of lost through time, either because you're just staring into space, or you're a lot of people I know are like Netflixing. I think, as Kamal also said, that there's a lot of TV watching going on. If you don't have control over those actions, like if you're napping too much, if you're watching TV too much, if you're just lethargic, that's a good time to work out that you might be feeling low, but not necessarily that you're depressed.
So I can put a pav in a there is no mental or physical energy, then you got to watch out. Thanks, Yasodhara, for addressing that question that came from Anuradha. I want to switch back with Kamal. Kamal, now can you tell me, if somebody wants to start exercising, what should they be doing?
Rookie, if I can address something what Yashoda said, like according to me, like fitness is something, it's working smart. අපි දැන් ඔය අර අපි ජිම් වලට ගිහිල්ලා බර උස්සලා දුවලා අපි ඔය hard working විදියට යන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔය hard working විදියට යනකොට සමහරක් අය fitness වලට කැමති. muscle sonars වලට කැමති. සමහරක් අය ඒකට කැමති නැහැ. Now, like I really appreciate what Yashoda is doing. 2 in 1 gym එකට ගිහිල්ලා පොතක් කියවන ගමන් she's walking. So what we have to do to enjoy what you are doing, no? දැන් මේ workout එකත් අපේ මිනිස්සු stress out කරන් තියෙන්නේ. So what we are going, why we are going to the gym to enjoy, but ඒක එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් that there's something wrong in our workout what we are doing. So I really appreciate what Yashoda is doing, because okay, if you don't like to do weight, still you're walking and you're doing, that's will call cardiovascular. So basically what we try to do with this weight training or walking to improve our cardiovascular fitness. Through that,
Yeah.
we want to improve the metabolism.
Yeah, Yashodhara,
Yes, okay.
Clarification. Did you see, we are got a bit confused here. So you saying that when you are going to the gym now, and when you go to the gym, you take a book, is it?
I'm saying that if at any point I have gone to the gym in my life, which is something I very much dislike doing, if I go to the gym, then I take a book. It's very fair to say, I think in all of last year, which is where you're getting to, that I think I went to the gym 4 times in the entire year. I'm extremely bad at this. So right now, these days, I'm using a workout app, which I'm finding it easier because I can use the workout app while watching Netflix at the same time. So again, I'm multitasking. But yeah, so generally when I work out, I like to be distracted from the workout. That's what I'm saying.
Right, Kamal. Question very specifically. How can we, if we are not working out, how can someone start?
We can start it from tomorrow, even if you like it, like what you want to do, some kind of exercise. So basically, what we ask, like we depend on the age, we can organize a workout for them. So basically, workout again, we can go for like. We can start walking at home, because I know some people, they don't have, people who live in Colombo, they just walking inside their hall lobby එක කියන්නේ සමහරවිට hall එක ඇතුළේ විතරක් ඇවිදිනවා. සමහරක් වෙලාවට even you can walk to the staircase. Even if you like to go for resistance exercises, we can go for push-ups, crunches, tricep dips using body weight exercises. We can go for the workout plan. So even like what I these days, like now what I have asked from my clients, like you don't have cardio machines, you don't have cycles, and you don't have monitors. What's the speed? What's the time you are going? So like most of the smartphones, you all have this health app. So like most of like senior clients, what I have asked from them. So every day I have asked them to give me the step count, what you have done for the day. Like basically, like I'm so nice to see. Even some people still they walk around 4,000, 5,000 steps, staying inside the home. So like only thing you because of that they are improving, doing something, because like you can't go to the gym, or you can't if you don't have a treadmill. So you can walk through the hall carrying your phone, you can get the day to day the step count. So like basically sometimes when you reach around 3,500 3,500 4,000 steps depending on your height. So some people have done around 2 kilometers for a day. So slowly, because of your monitoring it, we say like managed by the objective, we can improve these kind of things. So even same time we can organize like crunches, like what I've said, push-ups, or like what most of the body weight exercises we can organize for them depend on the age and depend on the requirement.
Right. Kamal, so the best news is that okay, either we get increase our physical activity. කියන්නේ ඇවිදිනවා සයන්ට ගේ වටේ වුණත් දුවනවා. දැන්
Yeah.
මන්දන්න එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා one of our clients Mars from is MAS. He has done about 5 kilometers most of the days inside the house, just walking.
Yes.
So those are the options. And then Kamal, for the benefit of the people who are just watching, can you give them we'll say that at the end of this session, that can you type a very simple 8 or 10 activities that they can simply do at home? Podi
Sure,
දේවල්
we
මොනවා
will.
හරි පොඩි
Yeah,
exercise අටක් විතර වගේ දෙනකොට, so that they can start somewhere.
sure, we will do that.
Right. We have a fantastic question. Salim is asking, can I replace my regular exercise by cooking at home all 3 meals? Because I love cooking. Salim, my advice to you is do both, exercise and cook. But only thing is that you got to remember your body fat is not made in your body. Your body fat is made in your kitchen. So please remember that, so that make sure that you eat healthily. So that I always preach that, and I try to stick by it. Once in a while I get carried away with cook, of course, yes, definitely I got to say. But beyond that, you got to okay, now I want to bring back Kamal. I want to bring Yasodhara in, because that we need, there is a couple of questions about people getting not focusing about this physical activity and all that. Susant is asking, under the work from a situation, most of them are not focused on exercise, diet. Finally, they will get diseases. It is vital to focus on physical fitness. So how can we bring this focus element as a lifestyle thing? Is there any way that I can change, or anyone can change their lifestyle, where ultimately that will, is there some sort of a tip or some sort of a method that I can use to bring more focus into my entire daily routine?
Is that for me?
That's why
Hello.
Asodhara.
Okay. Sorry, I got confused. So it's about bringing focus into this current situation of lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Just to clarify. So before we get to that, actually, we have to understand that what's healthy for us. I think that point with Kamal was something that's really, really important, and it's something that people, even before lockdown, even before we were kind of going through all of this stuff, that people didn't pay enough attention to. People take sleeping, drinking water, eating, and working out for granted. It's not something that people focus on enough. But what we are learning now through this kind of very unnatural way of living is just how important those things are. Because the people, from what I can understand of all the different people I've spoken to, and the my clients that I've been helping, is that these are the 4 cornerstones that are absolutely key. If you can get these 4 right, a lot of your stress, a lot of your anxiety, a lot of your sort of that lost feeling of, being stuck in this groundhog day goes away, because you bring up your productivity, you bring up even your physical health, like your circulation gets better, your digestion gets better, you kind of function a lot better if you introduce priority to those four things. So I'll repeat it again because it's super important: sleeping, drinking water, eating, and working out, right? And again, like Kamal said, it's not about doing it the way that other people tell you to do it. You just have to work out how to use those four things to optimize yourself. So having that self awareness, having that understanding of how important these things are, that's the first thing, because without that, a lot of other things that need to be done kind of fall down. So once you have those things in check, then you can introduce things like a structured day, so that you know when you're going to Netflix, when you're going to nap, when you're just going to chill for a bit. But then that also means that there's a limit to those actions, and that you do it within that limited time period, which allows you then to go off and do the more productive things that you need to do. The other thing is that this is not normal life. And even though there is at the moment social media and a lot of things that we are seeing around us gives us this impression that this is a time to be super hyper productive, you're supposed to maybe learn dancing or suddenly grow this super bodybuilding body, or maybe you learn to dance, or that this is the time that you are supposed to utilize to really do something extra that you weren't doing before. That's the impression we get, and the pressure that we get from a lot of the stuff going on social media at the moment. But it's really, really important that while you might want to do some of those things to alleviate some of the boredom, to make you feel more positive about yourself, it's also really important to understand that this is a tough time. This is not a normal time. This is not a time when you are expected to be okay. So if you're feeling low, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling stressed, if you're struggling to sleep, if you're struggling with the day to day stuff, that it's okay. It's totally okay. It's this is not a normal situation. It's just like, um, if somebody that's close to you passes away, and you grieve and you spend that time grieving, um and that's socially accepted, that that's what you would go through. It's kind of what we're going through now. This is okay, and it's really important to get that message across to people.
Yeah.
um
Let's bring Kamal back. Kamal,
yeah.
Kamal, quick question. How can somebody keep a proper, we'll say in this situation, if they're working from home, how can they create a support network to keep them motivated? Because that sometimes that I feel that if I'm supposed to do it all by myself, that's karanda bam, the other mom excuse. I will give, okay, today is a the put dala hetta indala show එකකට පටන් ගන්නවා. The හෙට කියන නෑ එක අනිත් දවසේ කියලා නෑ උදේ කියලා නෑ. එහෙම නෙවෙයි. How can I build a support network to help me?
Rookie, now what we are doing these days, like as previously I said, like now we have workout groups on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, because we try to do around every other day. So now we have created these groups. So
Yeah.
particular time like this. Now, as an example, today if you are training at 6 o'clock, so we have created around 10-15 people group. So and they are waiting to see. It's like a community. Now at this remote time, you have met with some old friends, new friends, and we have make a small community. So just imagine like we have a 6 o'clock class. So what we do, this is just not we are pumping exercises, we are monitoring their diet, and we are giving the exercises, what to do, what not to do, how what should be a rest, what should be a water intake. So all these four components we are going to monitor it. Now the best example, like we have around 10 to 12 group, just thinking like sometimes the people make a healthy breakfast, they have never done this healthy breakfast, and they are making this healthy breakfast and they are posting in the group. Sometimes if I have done a not a healthy meal, so I feel this guilty conscious. So like this way, we because like not only you're working with your trainer, you have a click, you have a new set. somehow some especially at this pandemic time, they want to do something useful things for their life, so they are updating. Okay, I slept around 7 hours today, so I drank this much of water, so this was my breakfast. I saw one person is asking some kind of a cooking question, so like that, okay, this is I going to cook today, and this was the final product. Those days, Rookie, we just ate what our parents or wife what we cook. Now sometimes we cook, and we are not just worrying about the cooking part, we do the presentation also.
Sure.
So like that, so that's you have this wow factor, no? Those days,
Yeah.
pinganaking hari koloking aragena kabu kame ka, you prepare like we are
Yeah.
burning extra calories here
Yeah.
also, because we are
Yeah,
going
that's
through
good.
the menu and something like that. So it's like a community effort, like it's a
Community.
group ekak hadagena we are doing this workout.
So one of the takeaways what Kamal said is that we need to make sure that there's a support system. Get your friends, get your
Yeah.
colleagues, and then do something, because it is very essential for you to do. So there are many things that you could do. You can say, okay, I'm going to take 5,000 steps. No, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. Whatever it is that you do, plus rest, diet, and
Water
sleep.
and sleep.
Uh, Water and sleep, yeah. So water is pretty important, and particularly when it comes to the diet part of it, how can we, being at home, can we maintain? We'll say that. Am I supposed to get a special diet or something like that? Tell me, what are the three things that I should avoid in my diet?
Look, if I put like this way, now most of the time we say we going for a lean and clean diet. More than what you avoid, the most important thing, we say like discipline. What time, what time you are eating, and what you are going to eat. What's the quantity? These are the three things. What when it comes for diet, we don't say don't eat this, don't eat that, don't drink that. We don't say, because we have to enjoy a life. Because like what I have said, like diet or exercise, we shouldn't be stressful. The most three key components when it comes for diet, what we think in our lean and clean diet: what to eat, what time to eat, and what's the quantity you are going to eat. Now, you being a pork lover, so we have around 21 meals for a week. So out of that 21 meals, we will ask only our clients to say around 17. You can be good. We just want to be careful on 17 meals. Like 6 7 meals, you can have a little bit on and off meals. You want to you what you like to have. So like what we did ask, from 7 days, 5 days, try to have a lean and clean diet. So like that way, like most of the time, like because like when you come for do a, like if I want to do a diet, what you like to eat in your diet,
Hmm.
most of the day we have to skip. So then
Yeah.
you are not going to stick to it, because ගෙදර මේක හදලා තියෙනවා, ට්‍රේන කන්න එපා කිව්ව දවසක් කරයි, දෙවෙනි දවස පොඩ්ඩක් රහ බලයි, තුන්වෙනි දවස ට්‍රේන දකින්නේ නැහැ මම ඕක කාලා දානවනේ කියලා, because එහෙම කාලා අමතාව වැඩිපුර 1 කිලෝමීටර් දුවනවා. That's our
Yeah.
mentality. So the
Yeah.
best thing what we say, like okay, if you want to eat this meal, you can have it on this time. Not
Hmm.
like basically what we ask, like especially because of our life is not active this time, at these times, we
Yeah.
always
So
ask
we got
our
to be
clients
careful.
not, yeah,
Right.
be careful and not to eat anything solid, like anything, not to eat anything after 6. As after 6, if you want to eat, we will always advise them only go for egg whites or fish, something protein. Otherwise, if you are feel hungry, go for something liquid, milk or fruit juice or something, because that way, from that, we can it's easily we can go for our targets.
Right. Let me switch over to Yasodhara. Yasodhara, uh, as a busy mother, what do you think about this um, lean and healthy diet at home for the entire family?
Uh, well, I was kind of giving myself a very nice pat on the back while Kamal was talking. My For the last 10 years that I've been a mom, I've been very strict on this, and I didn't actually know why I was being strict on it. I just knew that it was the right thing to do. I'm very particular about the 3 meals a day, what time we eat. It has to be like breakfast has to be sort of 8ish, 8:30. I Not after 9. Lunch 12 till 1, 12:30 preferably, and dinner at 6:30. and once I feel like, particularly if you have kids, it's super important to get them used to it now, because whatever difficulties that you have when you hear people like Kamal talking about the kinds of ways that we should be eating and the kind of lifestyle that we should lead in order to stay healthy, those are difficult for us, because if we haven't grown up with those things, then it becomes difficult to change. It becomes about giving up things that we enjoy. But if from a very young age, that's all that our kids have grown up knowing, and that's what they think is a normal lifestyle, then when they are 30, 40, 50, none of this will be difficult for them, because they would already be living it. They will already be reaping the benefits of their health, and we've given them the right foundation. So yeah, I'm super excited to hear that, and I know that there are challenges, particularly as moms, to get food on the table on time and all of those things, and busy schedules. But it's a matter of priority, and at the end of the day, I think if we're going to take anything as a lesson from COVID-19 pandemic, is that we are willing to do anything. Really, when it comes to the crunch, we're willing to do anything for our health. And you have to kind of take that attitude when it comes to the things that, as we said earlier, that we normally take for granted, like sleeping and eating.
Right. Yasura, let's get to your main area. How can we use this therapeutic art to tackle our stress levels, anxiety levels?
Okay, I'll just give a quick introduction to what therapeutic art means, because I think it kicks off a different definitions in people's heads. So basically, when people are suffering from anxiety and stress, and they need that sort of meditative, breathing focused, kind of positive bringing activities, to kind of get them out of those feelings and to get them moving again. There are a bunch of proven methods that you can use. Some involve more simple kind of yogic meditation and breathing exercises and all those things. um, I personally have always struggled with those kind of, emptying your mind and just count your breaths type of exercises. The minute you say to empty my mind, it just floods full of shopping lists and appointments I forgot to make and all kinds of nonsense. So, from a personal point of view, these sort of art activities, they focus your mind, by just bringing all of your focus onto sort of your pen and paper, or if you're using, paintbrush and paper, whatever materials that you're using. And it really helps a much wider group of people connect with focusing on their breathing, connect with their emotions, connect with their fears, and also it really allows you to pull the positive things out of yourself. When we talk about improving positivity in our lives, we a lot of the times we feel like that's an activity where we have to look outside to work out where we can pull the positivity like from, but it's not like that. It's all inside us already. So the key point of all of this is to pull that from ourselves. It's somewhere, it might be buried under the day-to-day stress or the stress of what we're going through right now, and the kind of overwhelming feelings we have, but all of those qualities and everything that we need for ourselves is already inside us. So what these activities do in essence is bring those things out in a way that is easy for a lot of people. And humans respond more to visual stimulants than to any other kind, um, closely followed by, of course, music. So it's it's something that really helps a lot of people. What was the question you asked? I was trying to give the introduction and then I forgot the question.
No,
That happens to me a lot.
the question was, how can you use this therapeutic art methodology in managing stress and anxiety? And then you gave somewhat of an answer.
Yeah,
So,
I think so that's like the high level answer. The practical answer is that a lot of these activities, they don't, not a lot, all of these activities don't require any creative skill or artistic skill or drawing skill or anything like that. They're not activities that are in any way kind of pressuring you or difficult. I talk about the fact that personally as an artist, when I create something, I create it with the express wish of it being exhibited and shown to people. But when you do therapeutic art activities, it's completely the opposite. You're doing it for yourself, and once you've done it, you chuck it in the bin, you burn it. You don't have to. So there's no pressure. This performance pressure to be kind of better than anyone or compare yourself to others. It's purely about your journey and what you hope to achieve through it.
So that the if you are using some sort of art form in a more, as a tool to help you in coping up with stress and anxiety, so there are particular methods that we can use, so that after we'll say that they get your help, and then they continue on their own by experimenting more in this avenue.
So there are two parts to that. The actual therapeutic art exercises that I go through, they are so when I carry these out, I give the instructions, and then once the output has been created, there's a certain amount of guidance that I give. So that's my coaching side, right? So we can kind of analyze and look at the output, not only the output but the creation process and what happened during that creation process, right? So there's a lot of that stuff that I get involved in. So if the client was to go on and do that again, they're more than welcome to do that. It is definitely beneficial to go and do that maybe a week later or a month later, or at different periods in time. But then when they're doing it by themselves, that guidance part is missing. But it definitely still has a lot of impact, and it definitely, and particularly once you've done it once with a guide, you get some sort of an idea of how to judge your future outfits. So there's that. Secondary, I always like to throw in some relaxation exercises to help people, like when that stress really hits you. Like now, personally for me, sometimes I wake up at night and I struggle to get back to sleep. So I have a couple of methods that I use that once I do it, it instantly knocks me out, right? So I share a lot of those kind of exercises with my clients as well. And those things people find very, very helpful going forward, because they can incorporate it, whether they're at the office, whether they're stuck in a traffic jam, wherever they are. When that kind of tide comes over you, that you have those tools at hand to get you through it.
Right. So basically what you're saying is that so in this whole process there is certain amount, it's not about just drawing, but there is certain amount of emotional journey that I need to walk through, and then in that process that I will find ways to manage the anxiety and the stress that is building up in my head. Am
Yeah, so
I right if I reframe it like that?
yeah, absolutely. And there are two categories that most therapeutic art exercises fall under. One is the purely meditative ones, where you are just I like to call it like playing with colors. So whether you're using watercolors or coloring pencils or crayons or whatever you have, you're not creating anything, you're not drawing something, you're just creating a series of movements, almost like dancing through the paper. You're just creating a series of movements repeatedly, and that repetition is something that mentally and physically we find very comforting. So one of the activities that a lot of my clients really love is we have a wave drawing one, where you just fill the page with waves, and the way all the waves are interlinked, and then you color it in. And those kind of exercises, they help you to focus, they help you to meditate, they help you to think about your breathing, and to kind of pull you back from feeling lost and overwhelmed. The other set of activities are, I would say, they are more sophisticated in that they make you write things. So things that you're grateful for, things that you can be positive about, plans for the future, how like working out your skills and how those skills might help you build a future for yourself. So there's a lot of thinking and writing involved, which again, none of these things are difficult things, but they're all guided. So I'm there to kind of guide you through and say, this is what you should be thinking about, these are the areas to think about. And those activities end up creating like a mind map or some kind of visual image that shows you very vividly that the future might not be as bleak as you are feeling, that it gives you something to latch on to, because you can visually see that you have a brighter, more positive, future to look forward to. So there are those two categories.
Right, super good. We have a few, I think all the questions that we have, the focus. So the one question for Kamal, let me bring Kamal on to the screen. Just that I'll give you a 2-minute break and then I'll bring you back again. Kamal, I can't hear you for some reason. Hello, Kamal, are you there? Kamal, can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, I can
Right.
hear Ruki.
Kamal, our final question to you. If somebody wants to do more exercises and get healthier, what are the 3 tips that you want to give to anybody who wants to start all over again and give a chance? And then we'll move out to Yasodhara. So,
Can
if
you ask the
somebody wants to
question?
start
Can you repeat the
again
question, Ruki?
to change the physical lifestyle, what are the 3 tips that you would give
Yeah.
to anyone who wants to start a better physically active lifestyle? So, what are the top 3 things in your recommended list?
Is it okay
Sure,
if I
sure, sure.
make
Go
one
ahead.
extra?
No
Can I
problem.
make it 4? Right. Number one, I always advise them to try to sleep around 6 to 7 hours minimum. 6 hours, minimum 6 hours. These days, you can catch up. Even if you can sleep more than that, that will be wonderful. Again, second point, like always, drink water. Try to, like we say, like minimum 3.5 liters of water. Even if you can drink more than that, that wonderful. Keep your water intake higher and keep yourself hydrated. Third thing, try to do some kind of exercises, walking, body weight exercises, or something like that, to improve your cardiovascular fitness and the muscle strength. Both. Not only walking, if you can do a little bit of push-ups, tricep dips, abs exercises, to squats, even body weight exercise to keep the condition is going. That will be wonderful. Fourth thing, uh, most important thing people think, that's the diet. So try to have a lean and clean diet. A lean and clean diet we can explain to you, like I'll take around 1 minute, I will explain. So I will always ask, have an early breakfast and have an early dinner after 6:30. Don't eat anything after 6, especially on this time. So if you follow these tips easily, you can, if you want to reduce weight, you can easily, you can reduce the weight. If you want to be healthy, you can easily improve your fitness level too.
Right. Let me switch over to Yasodhara.
I think I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Sorry, accidentally I managed to take myself off the discussion. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. The question is, we'll say if somebody wants to know, okay, what are the 3 to 4 things that they could do while they are stuck at home to have a better emotional balance in their life? What are your
Uh,
recommendations?
that's very unfair that I have to go after Kamal, because uh, what I would say is exactly what he said. Um, just what I will do is, I would say it's the same 4, but I have a couple of extra pointers on the same 4. So if I may go through that. So for sleep, Kamal is absolutely right. Get more than like 6-7 hours sleep. But it's important that that sleep starts before midnight, because when you start much later, like early hours of the morning, you're losing out on key REM sleep, and there is no way to catch up on that. As in, no matter how much you sleep in the day, you're not getting that same kind of sleep. So you really, really need to sleep. What I suggest is always be asleep before midnight. Um, and and take sleep as a refreshing, recharging activity rather than an escaping boredom activity. Because once you spend all day lying down, and once kind of, then your quality of sleep also gets disturbed. So don't stay in bed. Use the bed for sleeping, and make sure that you do it at the right times, and then get up and move on. So that you create those spaces mentally of, oh, this is where I sleep, and this is where I hang out, and this is where I watch TV. They have to be kind of different spaces. For drinking water, I think I might need to talk to Kamal again, because I drink far too much water, and I should actually check whether there's a maximum rather than a minimum amount. Yeah, I mean, it's we live in a hot country. Drink water. One of the main things that a lot of my clients have come to me recently is that they're suffering from a lot of headaches. And while people, I don't know, I think particularly after I moved to Sri Lanka, there are a lot of different reasons that people give in Sri Lanka for having headaches. And I'm not quite sure about the validity of those reasons, but the key three reasons that are recognized for headaches is dehydration, not having food, and tension. So if you are suffering from a headache, what I always tell my clients is, look at the time, take that next hour, drink a lot of water, go and get some water, drink it, constantly, consistently keep drinking water during that hour, eat something small, and think about tension. There are a couple of exercises you can do to relieve tension. Try those things. So within the hour, normally most of my clients have got rid of the headache, because the reason is usually one of those three things, right? So that's drinking water. Diet, yeah, I mean, at the moment we are hardly moving around much at all, and we and being stationary and being bored is something that really encourages us to eat more. So keep a watch of that. And if you do feel like snacking, and if you're bored and eating out of boredom, and you're eating out of self comfort, try to snack on things that are healthier for you. So instead of turning to the ice cream, try to maybe have some fruit. Actually, I'm just learning how to make ice cream with banana. Maybe Google stuff like that. So there are lots of healthy options that you can explore to create healthier snacks for you, rather than relying on sort of the biscuits and the ice cream and chocolates and all of those things. Final point is exercising. As somebody that really struggles, I really, really struggle with exercise. I always have. Um, don't put pressure on yourself to kind of like, I'm going to do it every day. Because when you do that and you fall off the wagon, it's very demotivating, because you don't want to get back on, because you feel like, oh, I didn't, so it doesn't matter if I don't exercise for another day. And it's easy to fall into that trap. So if you don't exercise one day or 2 days, allow that time for yourself, forgive yourself. It's not that bad, and start again tomorrow. And one of the key things that helps with this is having this day-to-day structure that I talk about. If anybody wants to know about this structure thing, just drop me a DM. I have like a graphic that I can send you, and that will help you structure your day. Yeah, so those are the key points. It's just Kamal's points, but with a few extra things.
Right. Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Yasodhara, for joining me today. It's all about there always is an opportunity. Things are not easy. Things are things are challenging, and it's very pretty anxious. We all thought that, okay, by Wednesday we are going back to office, but at the same time, okay, going back to office, everything is opening. How our life going to be? We are in a certain level. That means we are excited. In the same time, we are scared, based on all the social media stream that we could see, how the mixed feelings that we had. But the reality is that, in spite of whatever, your life must go on. So your life cannot change. So it is very change in the sense you cannot get stuck in a rut simply because of the current situation. So it's all up to us. It's all up to us to understand, okay, why we need to do some of the newer things, keep ourselves engaged, keep ourselves busy, keep ourselves physically fit. It's very important that you got to do is I myself try to do, but of course that there are a couple of days that I may have missed. But largely with at least 5 days a week type of a thing, I try to exercise at home. It's 25 minutes. There's a TV program that I have managed to download. One of my friends gave me, so I watch it and do all those things. And then it doesn't matter what it is. It's all about that whether you do something that will keep your heart pumping, and in the same time, don't get far too much sucked into news, social media, TV, or movies, and all that. Have a balance. Do everything. Do work as well. Remote working. Learn something. Engage in something exciting. As Yasudhara said, some of the art forms could be very therapeutic. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be a nature lover. There are many ways that you could do. It's all about whether you want to do something. The question about Prasad has asked, what is the secrets of consistency? Consistency is that one is uh, uh, from my side. A is your commitment that you want to show, and then whether you could make it into a habit. So bring all those things as part of your life's habits. So form these habits, and then by the time that you do consistently, you got to force yourself to do things consistently for 14 days or 21 days. The probability of those things becoming a habit is much higher. So take this as an opportunity for grow yourself. Do not sucked into this whole situation and get emotionally and physically spoiled. The life is yours. You can make a change. All up for you. So, adios. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Ashodhara. Thank you, Kamal, for joining. Kamal will give us a couple of activities that we could do. And then also that I will post here Kamal's profile details and Yashodhara's profile details, so you can directly contact them and ask for any help or any assistance that you need. So, or else that talk to me that I'll be able to do it. That means we can do it under 361 degrees. This Wednesday, we are switching back to our SME related, business related live cast. So this Wednesday, I'll be hosting Nandana Vikramage, who was the former group director of Manchi or CBL. We will be talking about how to get the organization internal processes changed, particularly towards SMEs, to mitigate the challenges of the current situation. So till I meet you on Wednesday, adios. Thank you. Bye-bye.